Anti-Semitism is an epidemic. When driving my 7-year-old daughter to school, she looked up at me and she asked, "Why do so many people hate Jews?" Anti-Semitism is in the news everywhere. And the truth is, it's not going away. We'll get to that later in the video. But what's happening? A first-of-its-kind meeting was held at the White House when Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff hosted Jewish leaders from across the United States for a roundtable on the rise in anti-Semitism in the United States.
A rapid rise in anti-Semitic rhetoric.
Nationally, the numbers are terrible. The Anti-Defamation League, the ADL, recorded more than 2,700 anti-Semitic incidents across the U.S. last year. That's the highest since it began tracking in 1979, over 40 years ago. It's all over the place. When I presented to a Jewish middle school just last week in Los Angeles, I asked these middle school students if they ever face anti-Semitism. I thought a few hands might go up. 75% of the students raised their hand. It's real. The White House meeting came a day after 126 lawmakers from Congress urged the Biden administration to come up with a national plan of action to deal with the uptick of anti-Semitism. But it's not just in the U.S. In Germany, they adopted a national strategy against anti-Semitism and for Jewish life following an increase in anti-Semitism in the country. And it's not just in Germany. Members of the Jewish community in Canada are pushing for a similar government program following the discovery of anti-Semitic remarks made by a consultant for the Canadian government on anti-racism initiatives. And it's not just in Canada. In the UK, a just-announced bipartisan parliamentary panel will look into accusations that the BBC unfairly covers Jews and Israel. The news comes from a historic number of reported anti-Semitic incidents in the UK. World, thank you for waking up. It's not just the elected officials' job to fight anti-Semitism. It's all of ours. I hate to break it to everyone, but this is real. It's really real. I recently just hung out with an Israeli student in America who told me, "I don't feel any anti-Semitism whatsoever." You know why, he told me? Because I don't wear a kippah and I don't say I'm from Israel. Oh, got it. So there's no anti-Semitism if you don't identify publicly as Jewish. Okay, that is not the solution. This shows us just how systemic the problem of anti-Semitism actually is. And the truth is, like I said earlier, anti-Semitism will always exist. And I want to give a quick history lesson here. We'll call them the 3 B's in history, when Jews have been hated for different reasons. The 3 B's: benighted, backwards, bacterial. I'll explain. From the 4th to the 18th century, the church viewed Jews as benighted, as spiritually in darkness, as morally ignorant. And so their solution was to, segregate from Jews and to make Jews look much worse. And then from the 18th century, 19th century, it was that Jews are the second B, backwards, that our rituals are backwards, that we are problematic, that we don't use reason. And what was the solution? Emancipation, absorption. And then the third B, bacterial, that we were not genetically up to snuff. And I think you know how that one ended, with initially quarantining and then eradication. This is an idea I learned from this book, by the way. It's called Why? Explaining the Holocaust by Peter Hayes. Thanks, Peter. But guess what? There's a fourth B, something that I made up. It's called belittled, where Jews are not even allowed to be Jewish, that our Jewish identity is not real, that we're not really Jewish. Unbelievable the way this anti-Semitism has morphed and mutated over time to this fourth B of now belittling one's own Jewish identity. Like I said before, anti-Semitism will always exist. Our goal as a society is not to eradicate anti-Semitism, but to ease the burden. Not to gaslight and ignore, but to learn about it. So if you're running a public school, you gotta include anti-Semitism in Holocaust education. If you're not, why not? If you're a Jewish school and you're not making time for this, what are you doing? You gotta incorporate it into your curriculum. Anti-Semitism will always exist. But the fight is, don't think we're gonna end it. It's not gonna end. Hatred will always exist. So what do we do? What can we do when it bubbles up? Here are some ideas. Number 1, educate, learn the history, understand where all of this is coming from. Number 2, stand up and do something about it. There's a verse in the Bible in Esther, "For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place, but you and your father's family will perish. And who knows, but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this." Get up and do. Be part of the solution. Number 3, Words matter. How we talk matters. Jews in real estate, ha ha ha. Jews in the media, they run it, ha ha ha. Jews in finance, ha ha ha. Not funny. Stop it. Stop. Seriously. You're creating more violence when you make jokes like this. When you're saying terrible things like this, you are contributing to anti-Semitism. Does this all solve the problem of anti-Semitism? No. The only people who are going to solve the anti-Semitism problem are the anti-Semites themselves. What we all have to do is we have to learn, we have to engage, and if you're not Jewish, be an ally to the Jewish people. Help them. Help the Jewish people with our Jewish identity. Help make sure that you recognize this as a problem. If you are Jewish, follow the wisdom of my good friend David Suissa, who says, stop whining, start winning. Now, of course, what I mean by that is, of course, we could call out anti-Semitism. Of course we can. And we also have to start winning. We have to start saying, I'm a Jew. Come out, be on the street, wear a kippah, engage in your Judaism, wear your chai necklace. Be a Jew. Learn about your Jewish identity. Engage and embrace your Judaism. Get a Jewish education. Care about your Jewish identity. Because if we do all of that, then guess what? That is how we defeat anti-Semitism.